Looks so good. I swear I'm always at the store whenever I make these videos, but you know, we got that bread. Of course, 3 breads actually, so we got a lot of bread today. I think I'm gonna hop out actually, give you guys something better to look at than my steering wheel, because my interior is lame. Before I hop out, if you don't have an air freshener yet and you want one, shoot me a message I can ship, or I can give it to you locally. So, yep, as you know by the title of the video, I'm gonna be showing you the ideal wheel specs for a stock body Forester. If you saw last week's video, I just showed you the ideal wheel specs for a wide body or flared Forester like mine. So if you're looking to flare a Forester, or if you just want to get an idea of other flared Foresters, check out that video. I'll put it up on the screen now. You can also put it in the description so you guys can click on that and check that out as well. And one other thing is, if you're new to the channel or you haven't seen this car before, my name is James Gilliam, and you can find me on Instagram, JamesFXTI. I post the most on YouTube and Instagram, so definitely check out both of those if you want to see more of this car, or just other car stuff in general. The next part of this video, we're going to jump into my laptop and I'll be showing you all the ideal wheel specs from Instagram. I picked out 5 cars for that, so we will jump to that now. Alright, so we're now on my laptop, and I first wanted to say that I picked all these cars personally just based off of what I think is good fitment, or people are going to most likely try to go for with their Foresters. I ended up picking 1 SF, 2 SG5s like mine, and then 2 SG9s. So I figured I'd give a better variety this time for the people who have the SFs or the SG9s, so not just SG5s like mine. And I picked 2 SG5s and 2 SG9s because I'll be doing one build that's more of like a stance build, or one that's backed or has more stretched tires, and the other one's gonna be more of like a static fitment type build where it's just a good solid meaty setup, more of like a track stance, and where the fender just gets filled out perfectly. And if you're not already following me, my Instagram is JamesFXTI. You can stay up to date with what I have coming for the future for YouTube and for my car and other stuff like that. But getting to the first build, the Instagram is WokeWRX. This guy no longer has a Forester, but I'll just be going to the wallpaper tab that he has here, just be showing you some of the old pictures of the setup that I have the wheel specs for. And I actually do like the two-tone on this one a lot. I know that the SFs came with the two-tone. I think it might have been on all of them they came with the two-tone. I think it actually looks really good with these cars. But getting into the wheel specs, I'm not sure what wheels these are. I think they're rotiforms. If not, then someone can correct me. But the specs for this car are 18 by 8.5 plus 35. And it looks like he actually has quite a bit of camber in the rear. I don't know about the front, maybe a little bit of camber, but not nearly as much as the rear. But all in all, this is a great build for the SF platform. Definitely check out wheel specs similar to this if you're looking to achieve some solid static fitment. And before we move on to the next car, I thought I would say that with all these cars, with the wheel specs, I'll try to find multiple cars, or like another car at least, besides just the one that I'm going to be showing you. If you're looking to run wheel specs similar to that one, then you can have a couple references and not just one car, because it will vary occasionally, and it's good to have more than one car to base your specs off of. So moving on, we have the SG5. I'll be showing you the stance build first, so more of like the stretch tire look, more camber generally. The Instagram is going to be shot by Parker Crosley. This is definitely one of my favorite builds on Instagram that I've seen. And this is another one of those builds where I think the stock bumper looks amazing. It's similar to my build because he has the Importology Lip with an STI Lip beneath it. I'm assuming that's what that is. But he actually has splitter rods, which I don't. And I think that actually looks pretty cool. And this guy also has a gloss black roof, which as some of you probably know is one of my favorite mods I've done on my car. I think it looks amazing. I think it gives the car a really clean look, and especially if your windshield is tinted, it just looks awesome. But either way, it's gonna look amazing on any Forester. But getting to the wheel specs, he's running 18 by 10 minus 12. And the tires he paired with these are 225 40/18s. So this is a pretty wide setup. I had 18 by 10 on my last setup when I was running the Fiberglass Mafia flares. So with these, you're either gonna wanna get flares like I had on my last setup. You can see the last video for that. Or run some camber like this guy's doing. It looks like he has matching camber all around. But either way, 10-inch wheels are definitely doable for an SG Forester. So that is going to be it for this Forester. Super clean build. Definitely check it out if you want to go for more of like a stance type build. Moving on with the second SG5. The Instagram for this one is DailyFXT. So this is more of a meaty tire setup. This car has a bunch of JDM stuff on it. I know he has all the bumpers. I'm pretty sure his rear bumper's JDM, front bumper. He actually has 2 front bumpers. 2 different versions of the JDM bumpers. Then he has a JDM side skirts and some other stuff too, I'm sure. And I'm not usually a huge fan of the 06 to 08 taillights like he has on this car, but on this car it fits it so well that I think that these are definitely going to be a better look for this car than the 03 to 05 ones that are normally on the car. But getting into the wheel specs and the tire specs, he is running 18 by 9.5 plus 38, and the tires he has on this are 255 40/18s. So this is a pretty meaty setup, which to give you an idea, my car has 275 40/18s and my wheels are 11 inches wide. So if you're looking to achieve fitment like this, 18 by 9.5 is going to be the way to go. Moving on, we have Clayton Pallister, who has a bagged SG9. So first off, the color on this thing is awesome. I don't see too many World Rally Blue Foresters on Instagram or just in general, so it's cool to see one, and especially one that's modified to this extent. In my opinion, the black wheels look really good on this car, especially because there's other black accents like the lip and the grille. It all just flows together really well, and there's not too much going on. Now getting into the wheel specs, these are actually the same size as the last car, so they're 18 by 9.5 plus 38, but it looks like his tires might be a little bit smaller than the other car. I don't know the exact size, but maybe a 245. But either way, the wheel specs you're going to want to go with are 18 by 9.5 if you want to get fitment similar to this one. So moving on to the last Forester of the video, we have Wally's World, which I'll be showing you the specs he had when he was running 1552s. I know this guy actually just got rotiforms that he's going to be putting on when he gets warm out again, which I think are going to look awesome. As you saw by Clayton Pallister's car, Foresters look really good with black wheels. Getting to the wheel specs, they are very similar to the last two cars as expected. They are 18 by 9.5 plus 40, and the tires he's running on these wheels are 245, 40, 18. But that's the last Forester I have for you. So to summarize everything, if you have an SG5 or an SG9, you're going to want to go with the 18 by 9.5 if you just want that good solid static fitment, or if you want to go bagged but still have a meaty setup. And if you're looking to add some camber, then maybe go with an 18 by 10 like the first SG5 I showed you. And then the SF generation tends to run a little bit smaller than the SG from what I've seen. So the ideal wheel specs for an SF would be around an 18 by 8.5. And just like the SG, somewhere between a plus 35 and plus 40 offset would be the best bet. But that is going to conclude this video. If you enjoyed the video or at least found it helpful, do me a favor and leave a like down below. And also let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future. But once again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.